Welcome to the Ed Answer Key, the podcast where in the time it takes to complete hall duty and attendance, we embark on an educational adventure for both teachers and families. So whether you're a seasoned educator or a family navigating the school system, buckle up for the Ed Answer Key.
They loved challenges and they would persist through it and like, don't tell us the answer. Right. We want to figure it out on our own. And, and now it's like, yeah, I just give up. Like, tell us the answer. 60 seconds have gone by and I'm done. I want to know the answer. It's like, where's the puzzle? Where's the challenge? Yeah.
That just the ability for us to find that intrinsic motivation is just so different right now because answers are so readily available for the kid. Jaleesa, when you were saying the whole thing about setting that up from the beginning, and then I'm thinking about teachers coming in, do the programs that are out there right now even prepare teachers to set those things up? I don't know. I mean, here's a question for you, for everybody. How much of the things that are essential to being a successful teacher that you find in your particular job did you learn in your educational programs? Preparedness programs.
I have one class I can tell you that I learned a lot. Well, it was a class that we were required to take as part of the educational background. Now, I was an elementary major, even though we work in a middle school, because in Illinois, that's how you can be a middle school with that kind of degree. Yeah. So having a lot of education classes, it was a multicultural education, and that was fascinating to get into the schools locally and see what was poverty for and how that impacted, and doing studies on we actually even went to pre-K daycares and stuff. Yeah. That was fascinating too, to see how that impacts their learning abilities at a younger age too. So it was just kind of more of a study type, but it was okay. So I guess that just depends on your program.
I always wonder if the teacher programs now, because I don't know, if they even teach upcoming teachers how to plan. Because that is one of the things I see. Fair. Teachers do not plan. I'm like, did they learn this in college and then stop? I just,
when you say plan, what do you mean?
Plan their lessons. Think through. Mm-hmm. You're just throwing stuff together and not thinking about the students that you have in front of you. And if you're in a school where you have periods or blocks or whatever, each child is different. Say, if they have a curriculum already designed for them and, I'm just going to go through this. That is not planning, and then you get disengagement. You wonder why students are lost. You're not thinking about what these students need. And if you do need to place scaffolds in, scaffolds aren't meant to be there forever. You eventually want to remove them because, once again, you have to give them tools to be successful no matter what. Because I think about teachers that'll seek me out, and when I try to coach them and they're still not successful, I was in this PD and with Zaretta Hammond, and one of the things that was said that stuck with me, when you have, say, strategies, whether it's, questioning strategies or cooperative learning, teachers that are seeking out help, they want this quick fix,
Totally. Yeah.
And that's not going to fix it, because what the students need, it might get them engaged, keep them engaged or whatever, but then when that next thing comes along, then they're stuck again. So our mindset should be that we're trying to give them tools to help them get unstuck no matter what the situation is. And then when you add those different types of strategies, it's not like this quick fix. It's working because they have those tools to think through or whatever it is they need to be successful.
I honestly was thinking that I think when COVID happened and we were teaching online, teachers got into the habit of assigning activities because there wasn't always kids in the room. There was absences all the time. So it was just activity-based, not necessarily this lesson design. Sure. You didn't think through how everything was supposed to be connected. You were just like, nope, this is just going to be activity for today, or several activities.
Well,
so
and we also taught for 20 minutes or something.
Totally. But even when we shifted, I just feel like we're still, some people, I feel like they're still collecting, whether it's from a curriculum or not, they're just collecting these activities, but they're not thinking through how and we talk about this all the time in our department, how is it going to be taught? Not what is going to be taught. I am not one that's tied to a particular curriculum. I couldn't give it what I'm teaching most of the time. I'll teach whatever. But it's also the way that, you can, how do you go about it? And that's, I think, where we're missing that the creativity, the design.
And that's part of the planning. So even when you think about your objective, if your objective is students are going to be able to identify through speaking whatever it is, well, then the activities that you incorporate as you're planning and thinking about your objectives and the standards should be things that are going to require the students to talk. Totally. Not that there's anything wrong with writing or whatever, but I'm not going to implement a bunch of writing things if I want them to be able to have that academic discourse and that type of thing. And that's what I'm talking about as far as really planning and thinking about what you're going to do.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Ed Answer Key. Your support means the world to us. Be sure to stay in the loop about upcoming topics by downloading our free podcast companion at www.edanswerkey.com. So until next time, class dismissed.